when I think about your brand, obviously people who can afford these cars are beyond a border tax or beyond a revised GDP estimate in China, but it must have some effect on you. All of the closing of trade internationally, is that a problem?
Well, to be honest, if you look at the numbers, so far, not a problem. Of course, it's something that we need to monitor because it will be a relevant factor if the things will change dramatically. But for example, with regard to Brexit, I mean, we didn't have any kind of effect on that respect. So, I mean, monitor, control, of course, we need to check what is the situation, but thanks God, we need to focus on the product. We need to focus on the fact that the cars has to be the pinnacle in terms of technology, but above all in terms of what it gives you with regard to the emotion.
What about in China, though? I mean, we got a revised GDP estimate over the weekend. How big of a market is that for you?
Well, of course, it's a very important market. It's in the top three. But I would say that it will be even bigger in 2019 when we're going to launch the new super SUV with the Urus, because that will be a car that we do believe that will be very important for that market. We know that the super sport car segment in China is stable, because mainly of the situation that you've discussed. But our duty is to make sure that the cars are really unique. And then, of course, the market will adjust itself.
You have record sales last year, the year before. Do you expect that to slow down? Is it sustainable to continue to set new records with your sales?
I would say that we are in a situation where I would like to divide the things in two. First is our actual mark is related to the super sport car. I do believe that we can grow a little bit more, but I do not want to go over. I mean, that value is related to the number and exclusivity of these products. So therefore, I'm not expecting that we're going to go over 3,800 cars. With regard to the new SUV, the new super SUV, then it's a different story. Of course, we target in 2019 to double the production. But if the market will accept this car, and really, hopefully that will be the case, then of course it's up to us to respond to the market, to respond in terms of capacity. And so this is the reason why we have to keep this approach different in two segments.
What kind of demand are you expecting for the new SUV, and which markets do you intend to be the target for that?
I would say as a safe and prudent approach, we're going to consider that in 2019 we're going to double the volume of what we're doing today.
So to 7,500?
7,007, correct. And we do believe that the United States of America will be the first market, and the other will grow. And the biggest challenge that we're going to have after the second or third year to see new markets where this car will be appreciated, and we need to make sure that will happen.
Do you feel any effect from the Dieselgate issue that your parent company Volkswagen has had to deal with? They had to pay $22 billion last year to deal with that. Does that cut your investment short at Lamborghini?
Of course, we are part of a family, and when there is let's say, an issue in the family, we need to consider we all together we need to get out from this. Thanks God, our shareholders are really believing in ourselves. We have money to invest. We need to make sure that we are enough good, I would say, to make sure that in this moment of challenge, we can react with the right product. And I would say, what is our answer? The answer of today with this kind of car, with this kind of technology that is able to do it in this situation. So that's why we are here in Lamborghini. That's why we need to be always smart to understand the situation and being unique in what we're going to present in the future.
You're here with an evolution of the Huracan, the Performante. What does this mean for Lamborghini? It's been very successful with sales, and it's an incredibly fast car around the track. Are you going to get more involved in racing? I mean, especially you coming from, your Ferrari background? Well,
of course, you know that motorsport is a part of our DNA, is one of the most important platforms we do. So far, we need to be prudent. I mean, this year will be important because we are consolidating what we are doing in terms of Super Trofeo, in terms of GT3 with the customer team. But, we have so many investments, so many challenges to make sure that with the new super SUV, with the new product, we're going to be ready in the next couple of years. With the resources that we have, we need to be fully concentrated on this. And then, in the future, never say never, but so far will be unrealistic to say something different. So you've got the SUV coming out, which everybody's excited for. You're 100% on top of your game with the Huracan. Is there going to be a replacement for the Aventador coming anytime soon? Well, I tell you, we just launched the Aventador S, that is the yellow one on the stand over there. It was an incredible success. In 3 weeks' time, we have already, fully booked the season. So that means that that car has still a great personality. What I can guarantee to you that we're going to have also in the future another Aventador, because we do believe the V12 is something that for us is crucial. We need to be strong in that segment. If you're not strong in that, we cannot really build the other part of the Lamborghini world. So therefore, we're going to see in the future another Aventador. Very excited. I will be ready to be in the 2020 because it will be an incredible period for Lamborghini. But let's face the challenge of today. Let's be happy with what we're living today. It's an incredible moment for Lamborghini, for our fans as well. So let's enjoy.